Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another excellent episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye Spinach. He is the tranquil dart of Ringside Society, Delaware's greatest American hero. And whenever he goes to Taco Bell, especially on days like today, which is Tuesday, he likes to order a chief burrito because he loves the combination of chicken and beef. It takes two to make a thing go right. He's Rob Bass, and you are not. And in the second corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always moving, ready for battle, fresh off a trip from the rainy city, Seattle, the worldwide starboy, Remy Blue. But it's not about us. You see, we have a man here who actually wears two hats. Not only is he a referee for one CW, that's right, our good friends over there, Sean Hardy and Sean Carlson doing it big and making a name for themselves, with that great company. But he's also one half of tons of fun. Everybody, welcome to the show, Eric Layton.
Woo!
Eric, how
Thank
you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
Great, great, great. It's a pleasure to have you on here. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule for doing this for us. Rob was actually hella excited when he heard that you were going to be on here. He couldn't even contain himself. I gotta say, it's a real honor to have you on here, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So how's everything over in you're in Delaware, I take it, right?
I am. I live in Felton.
Awesome, awesome. How's everything over there in your neck of the woods?
Going good.
Cool, cool. Yeah, so um Rob, we tried to get your tag team partner on here because normally when we have like tag teams, we like to have both of them on, at the same time. But Rob was like, yeah, your tag team partners, he's very busy and whatnot. So we're like, okay, well, we'll definitely get him on here eventually. We'll just settle for one right now. So I just gotta ask, I normally ask, this question to um I know I asked this question to, like, I guess you could say 99% of our guests, but how did you become a fan of professional wrestling? What was the match or the main event that made you tune in every week?
I've actually been watching wrestling since I was like 2 years old. My dad always watched wrestling, so it was just something we bonded with. But I probably remember watching it like way back to like WrestleMania like 3 was probably like my first like remembrance of watching it. That was like Hulk Hogan, the Giant kind of days. I've been watching it ever since.
Okay, wow, that's great. So I guess you could say like you were like a second generation wrestling fan before you became a wrestler.
Yes, definitely.
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, I think I'm like the only first gen here because Rob hit Rob and his dad. I think even his mom used to watch wrestling back in the day. You know, I still think they probably when Rob, no offense, no disrespect to your parents, but I think they probably had like a no holds barred match, and your mom got the win, and then he was like, your dad was like, something. You're really cool. I could use you as my tag team partner. And then your parents did the whole Mega Powers handshake, and I still think that's how they came together. No offense, no
That might be how
disrespect,
I got. I think that's how I got here. So you know.
no offense, Mister and Mrs. Bass. Please don't beat me up. I'm just saying y'all. If y'all did that, y'all are really cool. I wish my parents had done that. Would have done that too. And I'd be like, yo, that I'd be walking around with my chest up high, like, yeah, my parents, they're tag team partners. They take care of business. They beat people up and all that. So yeah, but yeah, that. Yeah, and our other host, Kathy, her dad watches it too. Well, he used to. Well, he's no longer. Kathy, I don't mean to put your business out there, but he used to. He watched it. He was a fan of it, and I think I'm the only one whose parents were not like fans. They knew of it. They knew I enjoyed watching it, but they weren't really like hardcore fans themselves. But yeah, that's. So, who are some of your favorites that you enjoyed growing up?
My absolute favorite of all time is Bret Hart, and I like that whole Hart family.
Oh man, you are a well cultured man. You are the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. You have great taste, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bret Hart was definitely one of my favorites too. Like I used to think that he was the coolest thing since like sliced bread when he used to come up with the leather jacket and the shades.
Yes,
The man
definitely.
definitely knew how to rock a leather jacket, and that was he was definitely one of my favorites. The whole heart, and I enjoyed the whole thing with like I was probably one of the few. I like to say I'm one of the few like non-Canadian wrestling fans that enjoyed the Hart Foundation when they had their heel run. Like I was loving that. You know, the whole thing with him and Owen, and then you had the brothers-in-law, Jim the Anvil Neidhart and Davey Boy Smith joining, and you had Brian Pillman. I enjoyed that whole run they had.
Yeah, me too.
So did you ever get to meet them? And did you ever get to meet Brett in person, or you've only seen him like
It,
on
and
TV? Or
I got to meet him in Hagerstown, Maryland. He was there with Scott Steiner, and I didn't think he was all that friendly, honestly. But it was after he's had
okay, okay,
stroke stuff, so he didn't wasn't as nice as I thought he would be.
oh, okay, okay. Um, were you like nervous, or were you like, he's Bret Hart. He's a person like me. I'm just gonna go up there and shake his hand and whatnot. 'Cause some people when they meet their idols, they're like they don't know how they're like shook. They don't know what to say and so on. So, how was that for you?
Yeah, I was a little
Like
nervous.
before,
I was excited to meet him because he didn't do very many autograph signings around this area. So for him to come to Maryland was pretty awesome. Um, but he didn't say a whole lot. He was like, "What's your name?" And that was it.
okay,
Move on.
yeah.
Done.
I met him almost 10 years ago. This was like March or April of 2013. And when I met him, it wasn't a case where, to me, like he was just like short and quick, which I didn't take it as like I didn't take it as I didn't get any hint of like brushing off. It was just like he was just like short and quick, and I was like, then again, I'm kind of short and quick with people too. When I meet them, I'm more like, hey, thank you for all that you've given us. Really appreciate it. Keep the great work, and then I keep it moving. So I guess that was what really took place between me and him.
Hmm.
So that because I guess it was so quick for me because I was quick and he was quick. Like I didn't really get time to like feel any vibe or anything. I was just went there, took a picture of him, shook his hand, and then I was like, "Thank you for everything you've given us," and then I kept it moving. That's how I normally am, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us now, man. Okay, now you're tuning in every week. You're going to the shows. You're cheering your favorites. You're booing the bad guys. You're having the fan experience. Now, how did your journey go from Eric, the wrestling fan, to now Eric, pro wrestler, one CW referee, and one half of one of Delaware's newest tag teams? Tons of fun. How did that all come about?
So a long time ago, we used to back our wrestling like during our high school days, and I always wanted to go to wrestling school, but life kind of just got in the way. So I went on to college, became a physical therapy assistant. That's what my actual full time job is. And I
Okay.
actually got to treat a patient that had ALS, and he um, did these benefits every year to benefit ALS for the local Delaware people who had ALS. And he had this idea that he wanted to do a professional wrestling show. And he's
Okay.
like, my wife said I could do it, but you have to be my partner. So that was my actual first experience inside of a professional wrestling ring. And I had no prior experience to that. And we were in a battle royal and we won. And then he passed away like a year later. And I always told myself I want to get back in there in some aspect. So one day I saw on Facebook they were doing opening up a training school like right down the street from my house called the Workhorse Training Center. And I went there on the first day that it opened and I actually hurt my shoulder.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, I really maybe I'm just too old to do this now. And Sean Carlson had told me nobody quits in the Workhorse Training Center. And he's like, why don't you come back and just we'll do some referee training. So that's how I met Rob. And Sean Carlson worked with us like every Tuesday, Thursday night to do just ref training. So that got me involved in referee work, and probably like a month or two into it, we had to go and set up the ring and stuff. And Sean's like, "You're refereeing tonight." And I was like, "Oh, great! I don't really have any experience refereeing." He's like, "Oh, you'll be fine. That's the best way to learn is just kind of throw you to the wolves." And I've been doing it ever since like 2021 now. And then um, they kind of branched away from just doing the referee training and brought us into doing referee training with the people who are also training to be wrestlers. And he's like, "Oh, why don't you just start doing the wrestler training again?" And that's how I became an actual tag team wrestler now.
Cool. So now the tag team, tons of fun. Y'all are doing y'all's things, and you're definitely having a lot of fun and whatnot. So if I may ask, if y'all were to compare yourself, not too much, slightly, to any other tag team in professional wrestling, whether they're current or whether they're retired, no longer wrestling, etc. What tag team or tag teams would you say that you're either um you either get inspiration from, or what tag teams would you say that you guys are a mix of?
I would say like we're like really silly. We just like to go out there and have fun. So I would say we're like closely related to like the Bushwhackers or um trying to think of some other like funny tag teams, but we're just like just out there to have a good time. But I would say we're
Blue
probably
Meanie. Blue
yeah,
Meanie.
Love Squad or like silly teams. Yeah, the Blue Meanie, Dude Love.
So y'all either go out there like this, or y'all are like, doing that little dance that Meanie does.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's great though, that you guys go out there and you have fun. And it's good to have that one or two tag teams that are fun and whatnot. Um, that's how it is. Whenever I see somebody having fun, whenever who reminds me of somebody that has always been a fun wrestler, or a stable that's always been a fun stable, but and they've had a lot of championship success. The New Day. The way I see those guys, it's like they never had to get like really serious to go win titles or win matches or make goals. They were the same way they were. And we've seen people do. We've seen like the Usos when they first came out. Well, not when they first. At one point, they were doing the little dance and they had the makeup and whatnot. And all of a sudden they switched to like being serious. Even before the bloodline, they switched and became all serious and whatnot. But the New Day, they were like pretty much goofy from the start, for lack of a better term. I mean that in a good way. They were always goofing around, having having jokes and whatnot, and they were still able to get the job done as a stable. So that's great that y'all are actually doing that and enjoying it and so on. Wrestling should be fun, shouldn't be all serious.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I just got a couple more questions before Rob. I know Rob is excited. He has a ton of questions for you. I don't know if you know him, but I don't know if you know, but if you're a Star Wars buff or a Marvel or DC nerd, I'm a bit of a Marvel DC nerd myself, but Rob, he pretty much enjoys it to the max. He's gonna have a ton of questions for you in that area alone.
Uh,
So um tons of fun. Um Now that y'all are doing y'all thing in Delaware, what are some tag teams that y'all would want to wrestle in the near future? They could be from anywhere: WWE, AEW, Impact, the Indies, you name
I would definitely like to do a match against Mark and Tim at some point, just because we actually train with those guys. I think it would just be kind of cool to go against them at some point.
it.
Um,
Okay.
just kind of get to be in there with the person that's actually training me. So out of the people I see on a daily basis, I think that would be a cool people to take on. Um, but right now, they have me refing because Russell's been my tag team partner. has been busy with other obligations. So hopefully we'll be back as a team here soon.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Hopefully, well, when I get down there, I can definitely see y'all in action and so on. See how y'all do it. How y'all get the job done there in Delaware as well. So, I just got two more questions. So my second to last question is, let's say if somebody, they get into wrestling, you've been tag teaming for a bit now. Um, what advice would you give that person that wants to form a tag team with their best friend or somebody else that they feel they have great chemistry with in the ring as a tag team?
I would always say you always got to believe in yourself. Like there's plenty of things that I'm doing now that I never thought in a million years that I could do. Um, Say just giving yourself that belief in yourself, and you got to keep that like confidence factor, and always make sure you're being safe out there. You never want to do something that you're not comfortable with doing, because
Okay.
some people that you're not used to working with, they'll try to get you to do moves that you might not be comfortable with, and you never want to put yourself in a situation that you could get injured.
Okay, awesome. And actually, Sean Hardy actually is watching this too. I believe that was him. That may have been him that actually sent the shout out to you as well. Um, and for some reason, I don't know why, but StreamYard doesn't let us see who from Facebook is actually saying what. So, Sean, if that's you, thank you for watching as well. So my last question is: whenever you're doing some workouts in the gym or doing some cardio or getting ready to get in that zone for your match, um at whichever event you're at, what are some songs that? Oh, and he just said it is him. Okay. Thank you for watching, Sean. You're Sean. We got to get you back on here, man. Don't worry. We know we definitely gonna make it happen, man. Don't think we forgot about you. We're gonna get you back on here soon. But what are some songs that get Eric of Tons of Fun into the zone to face his opponent or to get that workout in the gym done?
So one of my absolute like favorite pump up songs is called "Work" by Mass Wolf. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but it's a good song to kind of just get me in that zone. But I also like listen to like harder rock music like Marilyn Manson. Um, I do a lot of what else? I also listen to like Five Finger Death Punch, just like harder rock music.
Okay, wow, that's pretty good. I've never really heard anything from Five Finger Death Punch. But I've heard but I heard that they're pretty good. I definitely got to make sure I check them out as well too. My playlist, whenever I go work out, it's all over the place. I got a little bit of Seven Dust here, some Kid Rock there. Might have a little bit of Limp Bizkit, but at the same time, I have some pop from like Carly Rae Jepsen or Craig David, and then I might have some hip hop, some Eminem or some DMX playing. So trust me, it's all over for me. It's all
Yeah.
over the place. There's no particular one particular genre for me. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Rob. I know Rob has a couple of questions for you. He's excited. So Rob, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
All right, sweet. Thanks, Robbie. So what's going on, Eric, man? How you doing today?
I'm doing good, Rob. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, pretty good, man. Just I was excited, man. I was waiting, for a while, man. Like, yeah, yeah, finally, the day has come, man. I'm happy got you on here, man. Good to
That's right.
chat
We
with you.
get back day one, man.
That's right, man. Yeah, man. We were there at Workhorse, man. Day one, just you and I training, learn how to be a ref, getting yelled at every day. you know. Yeah, man. Yeah. Now look how far we come, man. Yeah, you're over here, kicking butt. Actually, I think y'all are undefeated too in one CW, aren't you?
We are undefeated.
There you are, man. So hey, you Sean's watching, that, hey, maybe title plans in the future. There y'all go.
Never knew, man.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, man. But I'm glad to have you on, man. It's awesome, man. I love when everybody, all my peeps and brothers and all that, sisters and all, workhorse, one CW and all that, come on, man. I'm always happy, man. It's always great. Now you were talking about that first match coming around, and you know that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Carl's the one yelling at us.
Yup, Carlton
Har-
yelled
Har-
at.
yeah, Hardy's good cop. Hardy was the good cop. But yeah, that first time you're ready to ref, man. Because I remember it. I remember the one show. It was you and I. They're gonna bring us along slowly, like start doing one ref, ref like a match or two a show, until we get our feet wet, just ready to roll. But the one show, it was like we were supposed to do that, but all the other refs or whatever they were supposed to take over, called out. So it was just a show of green refs. You know what I mean? We had to take it over, man. We had to do everything. Man. So what was that like, and man? What was your feeling? Like, oh man, were you nervous, or you're like, man, we got this? We've been training for doing something like this, man. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I was definitely nervous, especially breaking curtain for the first time. Um, Thankfully, that first night that I refed, most of the matches were like gimmick matches. So like I refed. I think my very first match I ref was a doors match, and I never even heard of a doors match, but it's just like a tables match. So I
Yeah.
didn't have to like count any pinfalls or anything. But it was definitely different to be out in front of the crowd again, and being from a ref standpoint and trying to remember everything you need to do out there.
Yeah, it's fun being a ref, going out there, it's like, it's a whole different thing, you're like right here watching the, cool matches, man. You have like, some awesome ref, guys out there. You're like, wow.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. So, you've not only refed and stuff for 1CW, but you've also, refed a couple other places, man. So, where else have you, got to ref, and, tell us about that.
So I've refed a few times in Chincoteague at Eastern Shore Pro Wrestling. Um, that was I think that was the first show I did other than 1CW, and then we also got to go to the Poconos, which was a really interesting experience because that was during AnimeCon. I don't know if y'all are familiar with anime, but the people's costumes, we actually looked like the normal ones for once. And I also refed in Oxford, Pennsylvania. I forget what the company was. And that was in one of those barns that people do like their weddings and stuff in. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Um,
awesome.
Home is 1CW. That's where I do most of my wrestling.
Yeah, not only that, yeah, you also ref and wrestle, when we do student showcases and all, man. You go out there, tear it up and stuff, man. Those are always fun too.
Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah, the anime con. Yeah, man. I wish I could have joined y'all, man. I wish I was around there.
Yeah, that
I
was a,
had to go on hiatus.
we had a good
Don't
time.
worry. Yeah, the charges dropped. I'm back. I'm back. The charges. I'm just joking. So so going to Pennsylvania and stuff, and all that, so that's pretty much as far as you travel so far, for going to
Yeah,
ref or wrestle or whatever.
that's been. Um, Oxford, Pennsylvania was quite a hike.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I think it was Oxford, Pennsylvania, but it was like almost to West Virginia. We were pretty far out there.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, man. What's out there then? Like Pittsburgh or whatever out there or something. Like that's a big city.
Oh,
That's kind of that
yeah, we
way.
felt like we were in the middle of nowhere.
Oh. Yeah, I believe it, man. Yeah, so, yeah. Once you start getting out there toward like the West Virginia, all that good stuff, man. Like, yeah.
And then the
See,
Poconos, that was the big event because we were at the Kalahari Resort.
mhm.
That was pretty nice there.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm definitely coming. Anime stuff, man. Yeah, I want to check that stuff out, man. That'll
Oh
definitely
yeah,
be fun.
we all got to go up there to the end. That's a
Oh yeah.
must-see.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I definitely want to go do that, and yeah, I want to see the people in the cosplay. The anime cosplayers, because they have like that imagination. They can just like I'm like, wow.
The wrestlers' costumes look normal compared to their
Oh
costumes.
yeah. Yeah, they're the type of people. They're like, yeah, I'll spend like thousands of dollars just go on here. So I was like, woo, man, all right,
And you see it all there.
that's right, man. Yeah. So you've been refing for a few shows, refing for a few years and stuff and all, man. Now you got the call, to wrestle and stuff, man. what was that like? You going out there for your first match for 1CW, man. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna wrestle and stuff. And then what were the emotions like and stuff, man? When you went out there, were you super nervous, or were you just like, all right, man, this is it, I'm ready for this?
Yeah, so we did like I think it was like a fire prevention day, and that's when I debuted the Ton of Fun character. And Sean Hardy was there that day, and he's like, "I like your character work," and he had me do the same character for the next show. And it's like, I'm gonna team you up with Russell the Love Muscle, but I was also teamed with Dennis the Glasgow Dragon,
Hmm.
uh, and Dennis didn't have a partner, so that's how I debuted at 1CW as a wrestler. But I had just found out like a couple days prior that I was gonna wrestle that show, so I was definitely nervous. I didn't even have like legit ring gear, at, and it's like, I want you to strip your ref gear off in the middle of the ring. And it's like, I'm your partner. I had to get in the zone during that. It's like, okay, I got to break completely out of my norm and
Hmm.
basically be a stripper for a 1CW show.
That's right. Yeah. What's the song?
Oh,
What is love? Baby, don't hurt. You gotta go on there. You gotta be like, yeah, man. That is awesome, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was awesome, man. I remember all the guys from the school, man. I remember what I guess you call it Gorilla or whatever, man. We were all back there and stuff, man. It was crowded and stuff. We were all
shit.
like, yeah, yeah. What was it like? Yeah, you got your first match done. You go behind the curtain, man. What was it like, man?
Yeah, like that was like tears of joy, coming through the curtain and seeing everybody and telling me how good I did out there. That was, probably the most appreciation I ever felt. And I never felt that like my normal job or anything. The camaraderie between everybody is so great. And
Yeah,
especially
I was so happy to see you do that, man. That was awesome, man. Watching your day one, you got reffing it, now you're out there wrestling and stuff, man. That was awesome, man. Y'all won. Yeah, it was great. It was great.
yeah. So, yeah, that was the icing on the cake. Like, they said I was gonna wrestle. I had no clue that I was actually going to win that match. I was like, okay, I'm gonna probably just be a jobber, go out there, get squashed, and be done. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, man. Yeah, y'all got it, man. Plus, man, you even had to take a couple moonsaults and stuff, man. They was hitting trying to get you that, keep you down, man. But yeah, those high flying moves, they ain't gonna work against you. They ain't gonna work against Easy E.
That's right. I came back.
That's right. That's right. So, man, your family, they always come to the shows and stuff, man. So your wife's awesome, man. I'll walk out there, with JJ or whatever, walking out there. Hey, Rob, hey, how you
Yep.
doing? Yeah, your wife, she's super awesome, man. And
Yeah,
then
she
your
comes to
kids are
all my
cool.
shows.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then your
Uh,
kids, they're awesome too, man. So what's it? Do the kid and your? I know your son likes wrestling stuff, man. So how do the kids feel about Pop's a wrestler, man? Do they be like, hey, Pop, come out there, kick your butt? You know what I mean? Pop knows the moves, man. He's in that ring.
yeah, they tell all their friends and stuff. My daughter actually brings some of her friends from school to the shows, and even my patients, like, they're right up with it. Like, they always ask me, "Oh, you got a show this weekend?" And some of them have came to the shows, so it's nice to have that fan base, from all over.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, having your people come out and friends, family, and all that come support you, man. That's awesome, man. That's
And my
always
son,
cool.
I want to be a professional wrestler when I grow up, but he's scared to be in the ring. So
He's young, man. He'll grow out of that, man. He'll get in there. The workhorse take care of him.
that's right.
Mark will take care of him, man. Mark trained him right, man. He'll get him ready to roll, man.
That's right.
Yeah. So what? So I gotta ask, you train at Workhorse, man. Like, people don't understand, like, like we are blessed, like to have the kind of trainers and the promotion working for the promotion that we do, man. Like, I don't want to take you for granted 'cause they are like just awesome, man. So, what's it like, training under those guys like like Mark Harrow, Sean Carlson, Ty Awesome, Hobo and stuff, man. Learn from those guys, because trained a lot of people and stuff. Been on AEW, WWE, all that good stuff, man.
It's great. They really take their time to make sure you understand the footwork behind the moves, make sure you're executing it properly. because they're keeping your safety in mind as well as whoever you're working with safety. Um, and if you're not doing something right, they'll make you keep doing it until you do get it right, which is great because in some of the wrestling schools, like you don't do it right, you're at the back of the line, move on. But
Mhm.
they take their time and make sure you're doing stuff right. And I appreciate that. And all the, they believe in each one of us. They never give up on any of us, which is
Mhm.
a true blessing to each one of us in the wrestling school. And it continues to grow. Like, we see people come and go, but we're getting new members just as fast.
Mhm. Yeah, because I remember at one point, I remember going there at one point, we would stand there in the line and we would stand there and it would be like, from this corner to this corner, pretty much, we stand there. Now, we're almost, like, getting starting
Well,
halfway around the ring, sitting in there. It's like, oh man, when we got, warm up or, like the last practice or whatever, I got everyone in trouble. We had to do burpees and stuff, It's like, man, we ain't got room for everybody to do burpees, man. We gotta, we gotta go in and out.
yeah, yeah. Only half of us can do burpees at a time now that we're so big. So
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting there, man. Yeah, yeah. We have a lot of the young guys and gals there, man. Yeah, the future's bright, man. They're all good.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do. You got like guys like Pockets, Josh out there, Mado. I gotta shout out Mado, man. I love Mado.
Yeah, Maida could be a future one of my partners.
Oh, that'd be awesome, man. You and Mado go out there and do. Oh, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then Wyatt and stuff, man. I like to see Wyatt, see what he grows into, as he gets older, so all that stuff, man. Because Wyatt's awesome, man. If you can go out there in a chicken suit and get over, man, you the
yeah,
man.
yeah. Why it's over.
Yeah, he could come in. He could come into the training school tomorrow and be like, you know what, my name from now on is Triceratops. I'm gonna go out there and be like Triceratops, and everybody's like, that's right, Wyatt.
That's right.
Yeah, man, they would love it. So when is your next show that you're gonna be refing at?
So, uh, March 11th,
Okay, so do you have any other shows during March or whatever, or is that your only thing you got
and Eastern Shore Pro Wrestling March 25th, I believe it is.
okay, so you got nice little March going up, got some couple shows.
Yeah, and then in April's a busy month. So,
Oh yeah, yeah, I heard we got a couple. We got not only I'm not. I've heard there's rumors. We might be doing another show. Somewhere along the lines in April.
yeah,
Yeah, because I know we got our normal one, and then I think maybe there might be another one. I mean, just
yep.
stay tuned. Hopefully. Yeah, because not only that, I think we're also going down. We'll be down in Selbyville later. What's it? July, August.
Yeah, I think so. June, July, something like that. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it
I'm
was June.
excited. Yeah, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited to go down there, man. That'd be pretty cool, man. I want to go down there, Selbyville, check it out.
that's right. My branch our horizons.
Yeah, we're trying to get one CW Global, man.
Yeah, my very first wrestling match was in Frankfort, Delaware, so it's like not too far from Sylvia.
Oh man, going back to where it all started.
That's right, where it all began.
That's right. That's right. So I gotta ask, I always ask, because if you're when you're not wrestling, you're home hanging out or whatever, are there any new movies, TV shows, or anything you're watching? Because I'm always trying to find something new. I always, I'll get stuck watching the same things over and over again, like Married with Children, or another question I'm going to ask you about, after this, Impractical Jokers, stuff like that, So
I haven't seen Impractical Jokesters in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah,
Yes.
I was going to wait a little bit.
But like TV wise, I'm watching wrestling on Monday nights usually. Um, and then if like we get other time, we'll watch like a series on Netflix. Right now, we're watching You. Have you ever seen that?
You,
Yeah.
I've heard of
Yeah.
it. What's it about? Because I hear it and then I get it confused with something else, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't what I think it was.
Yeah, it has like this guy. He's like works in the like library, and then he
Mhm.
like starts stalking like these different girls and becomes obsessed with them. So he
Oh,
like
okay.
close to them and stuff.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Because when I hear that, I keep thinking of like it was like a teen drama thing. I was like, it was like 13 something, something or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we were big fans of Shameless, but all the series are done with that, man. They stopped.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
Shameless was out for a while, wasn't it?
yeah, it had like 11 or 12 seasons. So we watched
Yeah,
all of it,
yeah, that's a nice little run, man.
and we like watching Dark Side of the Ring.
Ooh, yes, yeah, yeah. When's the new season? The new season should be coming up soon, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's coming up soon.
Yeah,
And
I'm
they have
excited. Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
A&E.
Yeah, yeah, I love those the last two seasons, man. What was like? What were your favorite episodes from them? Do you remember
I
any?
really
Like,
the Brian Pillman one
ooh, yeah, okay.
and the Chris Benoit one. Like, dude,
That
yeah,
Owen Hart one, man. That one was crazy because they actually like went up there and were like showing like
yeah, that was
the
scary.
picture of him going. I was like,
Like, there's
F
no way
that,
up rafters.
Yeah, I mean, like, nah, I might be fired. I ain't going up
Yep.
there. Sorry, you might have to fire me. I'm good.
Yeah, I read the. I don't know if you ever read the book that had about Owen Hart's death and stuff, but he was like highly scared of heights. So for him to do that
Mm.
was like nuts. Anyway, he should have refused.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like that too. I'm scared of heights, man. I remember going to New York with some friends when I was younger, and we went to the Empire State Building, and we were like, yeah, going up to the observatory or whatever, man. Yeah, man, we started going up the elevator, man. Like about half, I just felt the whole building like this. I just start sweating and on. I was like, nope,
Yeah,
I can't do this. No, no.
Now you see how I feel when I was on that Space Needle. Yeah, that wasn't
Oh,
fun.
yeah. And then you said it was windy too, man. I was like, yeah,
yeah. No, thank you.
yeah. I probably would have been soiling myself. I'm like, oh, I need to change the drawers. Darn it. So yeah, now I was doing a little research or whatever, and I got to see that you were away like last weekend or whatever, and you got to see I think in North Carolina, South Carolina, you got to
Yeah,
watch the Impractical Jokers live, man. So I love those dudes, man. So
yeah.
what was that like, and what's a live show like with them? Because I've never seen one.
A live show is kind of like almost like they're just stand-up comedians.
Hmm.
Uh, I thought they'd be like out on the street or something, like joking people, but
Hmm.
it's not like that. They'll just bring like some of the stuff that they do on TV and they'll bring it onto stage. Like they had the one guy hook up shock collars to himself and had somebody come out of the audience and shock him every time he was like trying to talk, and they would just like zap him. And then he took the shock
Oh,
collar, had like all these scars all over his arms.
oh man.
So it's just
Now I
like,
like oh no, go ahead.
but and they would just tell like a few jokes. They like ditch Smash Mouth on there. I guess one of the guys had Smash Mouth at his wedding.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
Now, when I watch it, man, I love that one thing they do where I can't remember, they're like a grocery store or Walmart or something where like one guy's standing at one end of the aisle and the other one's at the other end, and then they'll grab a customer and be like, "Hey, you see that guy over there, man? That's my buddy. Can you tell him, I'll be off work at like 9 o'clock, and then we can meet for beers at wherever. My boss is yelling at us. And they try to see how many times they can get the person to go back and forth and stuff.
oh yeah, we did that to Wyatt at a restaurant one time.
Oh, you did? Oh no! Oh, you got to tell that story. Now you got to tell that story.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
Wyatt.
we used to go out to eat after our wrestling shows. Me, Wyatt, and Carlson, and those guys from. He also wrestled for one CW. I forget what his name is. Keener, you know Keener, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dave.
Yeah, so they kept sending
Yeah.
Wyatt to tell him stuff. Darn it. After the waitress probably thought we were really crazy.
Oh man, that's funny, man. Wyatt's awesome, man. He's too nice, man.
Yeah,
Wyatt's too cool.
he's gullible, yeah.
Yeah, he's great, man. Wyatt's awesome. I was yeah, man. I seen Wyatt the other day, man. We were loading the ring up for because they were doing this ring rental or whatever in DC, man. He was over there telling me, he's like, yeah, man, Grandma made me some awesome dinner. You know what I mean? And we had fried chicken, mashed potatoes, lima beans. So I'm like, man, I just come back from dinner, man. You making me hungry, Wyatt? Shoot.
So you went to the ring rental in DC?
Oh no, I didn't go. I went to Carlson South. That just helped him and Wyatt, take the ring down, load it up, and then
Uh,
they went in the morning.
gotcha. Yeah, I was in North
Yeah, I'm
Carolina.
good.
I was out of went.
Because Wyatt, they're sitting there. He was like, man, they got like 6 people going, and I was like, man, y'all got like a car full or something, man. I'm like,
Yeah,
geez.
that's a carload there.
Yeah, and then I seen he messaged it and was like, man, I got one open seat or whatever. I was like, oh man, I just got up. My
Uh,
bad. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought, because he was like, yeah, man, Mark went pockets, all everybody was going. I was like, man, all right, cool.
yeah, road trips are always fun. You haven't been on any road trips.
Mm-mm. Nah, man. So yeah, I've been missing out on that, man. I was like, heck, I'm missing out on everything, man.
And
Poor
the best
Rob.
with Wyatt, you got to go to
Yeah.
road.
Yeah, because SPW the 25th or whatever, calls me. He was like, man, yeah, you can ride with Wyatt or whatever. I was like, oh yeah, I'm riding with Wyatt. I
Yeah,
won't ride with Wyatt.
ride with
I'm gonna
Wyatt.
go. I'm gonna be like, Wyatt, I'll meet you at your house at whatever time, man. I'm riding with you, man. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if I should let Wyatt drive or if I should drive down. You know what I mean? Because
You should probably drive.
yeah. But Wyatt, he did get a new car, man. So he might want to test a new car out or whatever, man. But yeah.
Yeah,
If he needs me to drive out, I'll take over. No big deal.
there you go.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's no big deal. So, speaking of those road trips and stuff, man, do you have any, other than the Wyatt story you just told, man, any, funny, other funny stories that have happened, maybe on the way down, like you said, you're out in the middle of nowhere, the Bigfoot pop out there, in Pennsylvania or, something like that?
No, we just have a good time on the road trips. You never know what Wyatt's going to come up with. So
I can't believe,
uh,
man, we were
we just
doing, a training. He's like doing practice matches, and I'm like, yeah, all right. So cousin Wyatt, no, announce me as Splooge McDuck. I'm like, all right. Are you serious, Wyatt? Like, yeah. I'm like, all right.
yeah, he became a duck instead of a chicken there.
I'm like, all right, Wyatt, yeah, do your thing, man. Yeah, Wyatt's great, man. I love Wyatt. My family, they always whenever I go there, they're like, my dad, he'll text me, he'll watch the show. He's like, the Chicken Man's out here, man. Da, 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 all like that, man. He loves Wyatt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody loves him.
Yeah, yeah, man, that's awesome. So before I pass it on. Oh no, I did want to ask about your thoughts about WrestleMania. I got one more question. WrestleMania is coming up, man. I know you've been catching up, checking out some stuff lately and all, man. So what do you think about WrestleMania? Coming up. You got like Cody and Roman. I think Asuka and Bianca and stuff. Are there any other matches maybe they hope happen, or are you kind of excited for the Rumble or WrestleMania this year?
Yeah, I am. I'm always excited for WrestleMania. Well, I'm actually going next year to WrestleMania. I'll be there in Philadelphia.
Hmm.
Um, but I always like to see who Bray Wyatt's going to end up taking on. He's probably my favorite of the new era. Um, but I think Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes will be a good match. I kind of think that Sami Zayn should have beat Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber. Just because Sami Zayn was really over with the crowd, but
Hmm.
Roman Reigns, I think, will sell more tickets for WrestleMania wise.
Yeah, yeah. They actually had. I actually had hope at one point. Like, man, Sammy might actually pull this out. Like, oh man, he's getting up at spears and stuff. Like, okay, hold on. Then I'm like,
It's
oh wait a minute, it's
fun
Roman.
since you've heard a crowd that involved in somebody, as it was
Oh
with a
yeah,
Reigns match.
yeah. Our when Sammy Zayn when he turned on Roman or whatever, our co-host Kathy, she was there in Louisiana at that show or Texas or whatever at that show when Sami Zayn hit him and stuff. She said, man, that pop there was just like it was like the loudest. I was like, oh yeah, go watch it on TV. And it kind of like kind of messed up and all. I was like, was it really that loud? She's like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
oh yeah, that's right, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm also excited, man, because I think Wyatt, maybe, man, we might do the Wyatt thing, hopefully, Wyatt's mom, caters and stuff, man. She always hooking it up, man. I love when she does that stuff, man.
yeah. She said that they're doing WrestleMania party back at his birthday party, so I'm sure that we'll be
Yeah,
back there.
I remember he said, I think we might be doing it like Sunday or something, because or one of them days. I think he said like somebody was busy or something. Yes, we got can do it one day. So
Yeah.
let me know, man.
They'll all
I'm
be.
always down.
I'm sure they're going to WrestleMania next year with it being in Philadelphia.
Hmm. So yeah, you just said you're going there, man. Have you gotten tickets already, or have you gotten
They
stuff planned
don't
out?
they don't go on sale until like November. Uh,
Oh, okay. I didn't know if they were already on sale yet.
yeah, this will be our third WrestleMania.
Oh man. So what were the other two WrestleManias that you went to?
We went to WrestleMania 29. That was Cena and The Rock.
Okay.
That was in New
Which
Jersey.
one? One or two?
Um, I think that was two. I think that was the last one that
Okay.
Rock and Cena. Cena won that one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we went to the Tampa Bay one. They when they allowed live crowds again. We were
Oh
there in the
yeah.
middle of the rainstorm.
Oh man. What was it like, man? Being in the rainstorm out there at WrestleMania. Like.
It was scary there. Like it was like legit like tropical storm. They had us take cover and everything. And it was just me and my daughter there, and she was scared. Like, they're gonna cancel WrestleMania. It's like WrestleMania hasn't. They're not gonna cancel this year, even if they have to go all night. They'll have the show.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. Plus, it was you're in Florida, man. That rain, it'll stop in a couple minutes anyway.
Yeah, yeah, it was nasty, and we seen people slipping and falling and stuff.
Oh man. Oh Lord. Yeah, you definitely. Yeah, yeah. Storms like that, man. Yeah, definitely watch your step, man. You definitely gotta watch your step. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to go to WrestleMania. I'm going to try to go to WrestleMania up in Philly or whatever, man. But I was like, kind of like, I kind of look at like tickets and all, man. It's like, like, they might have been the ones in LA or whatever, but they're expensive. I'm like,
Oh
whew,
yeah, the
I might have
I,
to, save up for a little bit.
and we didn't even have great seats in Tampa Bay, and they were still like $500 some dollars a piece. So,
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe I can wait closer to the show, maybe trying to see somebody, them drop it online or whatever, so I can be like, all right, yeah, I'll grab some cheap ones.
yeah, yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah, then catch a ride up there with somebody and be like, all right, yeah, my seats are all the way up there, whatever, what I mean? I'll see you after the show, we'll meet over here.
As long as you're there, yeah.
Huh?
I said as long as you're there, it don't matter where you're sitting. Have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been to a WrestleMania, man. I imagine that would be like real fun, going there to check out a WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a unique show. Like, and they do tailgating out in the parking lot and stuff. It's big time.
Now they do it like 2 days and stuff too, man. It's like, oh man, what day am I gonna go?
Yeah, I always go. Like, I never do the both days. I usually do Saturday. I don't do Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I would do that too, so I got, I can, go home, just relax and stuff, and then the next day just hang out. But yeah, I was there last night, duh, duh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hopefully I can get out there or whatever. Man, that would be awesome to go. But yeah, man. Before I pass it on back to Remy, I do want to say thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule, come on chat with us, man. I hope you had a blast, man. I know I had a blast, man. It was fun chatting with you. Uh, I wish your family, and everybody nothing but the best. I hope you keep killing it out there as a ref, as a wrestler. Y'all keep entertaining the crowd, doing your thing. And anybody, any bookers, promoters, or whatever, book this man, be a ref or whatever, man. He's a great guy to have in a locker room. You know what I mean? Just everybody loves him, man. He's a pleasure to have, man. This is like one of the good ones, man. Definitely, look at this guy, man. So yeah, I wish you nothing but the best. All the positive things that happen to you, your family, and all that good stuff, man. And yeah, I hope you continue to keep on kicking butt.
I appreciate it, Rob. Thanks for having me on here. Same for you, man. We're killing it together.
Oh, I know, man.
Eric, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on our show. Really and truly appreciate it, and we do wish you nothing but the best in your wrestling career and so on. We hope you get to make all your goals, and let's believe when we see you on the big screen, whether it's AEW, WWE, or even Impact, we'll definitely be cheering you on, man. So we wish you all the best. Before we shut this show down, where can fans find you on social media when they want to, find out when your next appearances, purchase? tons of fun, or even merchandise that you have as a solo wrestler. And where can bookers and promoters find you when you want to book your shows?
I'm on Facebook. Eric Layton is my like name that I go on Facebook, and that's where people follow me at. Um, that they meet me at the show, or fellow wrestlers, they follow me on Facebook mainly.
Awesome. So y'all heard, definitely make sure you follow this man, and definitely if you can't make the shows, definitely make sure you purchase the merchandise. That's one way how you support indie wrestling, is not just by going to the shows, but also purchasing the merchandise even when you can't make the shows as well too. So, definitely do that, because like I said, I keep saying this and I'm not going to stop saying this. 90% of your, AEW, WWE superstars, they come from the indies. So definitely make sure you support. And, trust me, when you see them make it to the big time, you'll be glad you did. But with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. My eyelids are getting heavy, definitely, especially from the 5 hour flight I just got off of. And my stomach is rumbling. That means it's time for dinner and a nap. But before I even, get into the whole, hijinks of the outro that we do, the coolness of it, recently we lost two great men in professional wrestling, and one of them was actually, as we know, the genius Lanny Poffo, a very great guy in professional wrestling. Never heard a bad thing about him. Really cool, and gave us a lot of entertaining moments in, WWE. And for those of y'all that don't know, he was actually the brother of, the Macho Man Randy Savage, and you wouldn't even know that because they were like day and night. Like Macho Man was more like, um, you know, pretty much like Devil May
Intense.
Care. Like
Yeah.
he would, with the wind, carefree, didn't care. He just, went smack dab and so on. While Lanny was, more like, you know, I guess you could say more like theoretical. He was always like a bit more, I guess you could say cautious. Yeah, like a bit more technical, so to speak. They were like day and night. You wouldn't even, and it was, they were so much in contrast that you wouldn't even know that they were brothers. So what, I guess the better word would be Randy. Randy was a bit more, carefree with the, he didn't care, and uh, Lanny was more like, conservative. So unfortunately, we lost him. You know, Great guy and very entertaining. And then most recently, we lost one of the best bookers in professional wrestling, a man by the name of Jerry Jarrett, who is the father of Jeff Jarrett. And it's a sad situation. So with that being said, like what we normally do a 10 bell salute. So we're gonna do that right now, a 10 bell salute for both. Sorry, I'm trying to get my audio here too as well. So what we're gonna do, Eric, if it's okay with you as well, I know this is your spotlight. We're gonna do a 10 bell salute for those two men that gave us great memories in professional wrestling, growing up and whatnot. So here we go. Jerry, Lanny, thank you for the matches and memories that you gave us. May you rest in peace, and may your family, find the strength to move on, and your friends find the strength to move on as well. So with that being said, if y'all want to follow, um, if y'all want to follow, well, I'm jumping the gun. Rob, Raw Base. Where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, purchase Raw Base merchandise, and where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows as well?
All right, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram at Rob_Base82, and then Facebook, Rob Base. And on March 11th, you can catch me. You can also catch our guest here, Eric. We'll be at 1CW, Houston, Delaware. 1CW, CCW. We got a fire show going on. 1CW, they have their battle. They got Battle Royal going on, the Capital Cup Battle Royal or whatever I think is going on. And then on the 1CW side, we definitely got some awesome matchups. We got for the main event, we got Ranch Hand Carlson versus Ty Awesome, and like I believe it's a street fight for the 1CW Pro Wrestling Championship. We even got the ladder match for the case for for the challenge for a championship. We got the four corners match, four-way match for the cruiserweight championship. I think it's Hobo. Is it Rico, Samwell, and I can't remember the other. And I think it's Luca Mancini, I believe. And for that one, I may be wrong, but yeah, definitely check back or whatever. Yeah, we'll have more matchups going on. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an awesome matchup. Yeah, definitely come to the show. Doors open at 5. Bell starts at 6. Start times at 6. Definitely come on out. You won't regret it.
Yeah, for those of you on the house in Delaware, you're getting two shows for the price of one. That's not an everyday thing. It's not a common thing. You rarely find that. So, definitely go out there, check out 1CW, CCW. They have a lot of great, talented men and women there. I'm actually jealous because I'm all the way here in New York, but hopefully one day I get the privilege of actually getting to check out, 1CW and CCW. I've been to CCW before. I went to their last show. They were very great. I enjoyed it through and through. And hopefully now it's just to get the chance to check out 1CW. So definitely looking forward to that. But for those of y'all that are in Houston, there's no reason why you're not there, unless you got something else going on that's really important. If you're a wrestling fan, head on over to Houston and check them out as well. And with that being said, if you want to find me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool stuff these days, but who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky. You can actually find me on Twitter at the Remy Blue. You can also find me on Instagram under the alias Remy Blue. As a matter of fact, something cool I did. I actually went to Seattle and went on the Space Needle. So if you're a fan of travel, I'll be doing a lot of that this year. Definitely check out my stories. You'll definitely see a lot of cool stuff as well. And I'm also on Facebook under the alias Remy Blue as well. Our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitch at Ringside Society 2019, Instagram and Twitter at Ringside Society. We're on Facebook as a Facebook group. We're on Spotify. We're also on Teespring where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have t-shirts, we have tank tops, we have hoodies, we have long sleeve shirts. We even have coffee mugs for your favorite warm beverage and nice soft pillows for you to lay your head on. So definitely check us out. As a matter of fact, today is Mardi Gras. Happy Mardi Gras to all those who celebrate Mardi Gras. I don't think it's just Louisiana, but whoever celebrates it, happy Mardi Gras. And just for y'all, we actually have the um, Ringside Society Mardi Gras apparel now available on our store at our store. So definitely check it out as well too. And also, last but not least, we also have a YouTube channel. Dennis, thank you for joining us. Great to see you again, man. Um, thank you for checking us out. But we also have a YouTube channel where we have cool interviews like this one. As a matter of fact, the one that we did with Dennis Wade. We've had Marcello on our show from CCW. We've even had Mother Endless who does rare interviews and so on. So definitely check out our YouTube channel. All you gotta do is go on YouTube and type in Ringside Society. And once you see that really gorgeous dark blue and light blue yin yang sound with the blue flames around it, that's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. In 1998. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning in live tonight. We really and truly appreciate it. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could and should listen to, and we will not stop doing that. To those of y'all that are going to listen later on when you get a chance, thank you very much in advance. And those of y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we'd go away. Well, like myself at the Golden Corral and Rob Bass at the Taco Festival, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
We ain't stopping. With that being said, We just want to let everybody know that we're very well and aware. It's no secret. Everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast, but we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hey, yo, Raw Base, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for tons of fun. And our guest, Eric,
Woo!
what type of podcast are we?
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society, and we will be back next Tuesday with another impressive guest on another impressive episode. But until then, we just want y'all to do four favors for us. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay
Yeah.
classy, Delaware. See you, man.